Jonathan, final game of the season on Sunday. Are you keen to go out on a high?
Yeah, definitely. But I think before we talk about ourselves, got to say massive congratulations to the men's in getting promotion to the Premier League last night. I think Hecky and the lads done a fantastic job this season, and obviously congratulations to the guys. So something for us all to aspire to and push on with the club now.
On that, then, is it a real positive factor? Obviously, the whole club, Premier League, extra money that comes in, hopefully be good for the whole club's women's team especially.
Yeah, 100%. Like obviously, it's a feel-good factor around the club. Obviously, I think everyone was at Bramall Lane last night, and you could hear the crowd. You could see how much it meant to everyone, not just the fans, but also the staff, the players, the backroom staff, like just everyone at the club. And whilst we were training last night, we were all like staying focused on the result. And I think every 5 minutes someone was asking for the score. So yeah, it's a great opportunity for the club. A fantastic opportunity for the lads to go and play, obviously in the best league in the world. And obviously for us as a women's team, obviously we will naturally benefit from the fact of having a Premier League status club now.
I expect you haven't seen Hecky X. I think the men are probably off today, but I expect you'll be, you say you've spoken to him a fair few times, have a chat, congratulate him, that would be nice as well. It's a tight-knit club, isn't it?
No, definitely. I think obviously, like it's been a bit of a ghost town in the training ground today. Naturally, I think there would have been a fair few beers going around yesterday. But yeah, like Hecky, for me personally, he's been fantastic since I've come in. He's always been open and approachable. He's even sat down with me and discussed tactics for some of my games this season. And for me, that's fantastic to have someone like him that I can learn off and continue to learn off. Obviously next year as well. So. You're right, it's a massively tight-knit club. Everyone's here to help, and that's not just from the first team lads and the first team staff, it's all the way down to like the chefs, the nutritionists. Everyone here are always prepared to give their time, and that's something that I think we're benefiting from, and hope has actually played a part in us keeping our status as a championship club this season as well.
Now, yeah, looking at that final game on Sunday, trip to Southampton, keen to pick up another victory and end the season on a really positive note.
Yeah, like we've like, for me personally, we played some really good football over the last few weeks, and I think that like we should have had a few more points, in my opinion. And I was saying earlier that it's amazing that our goal difference, I think we're 5th for goal difference this year, and that's something that we should be proud of as well, to show that actually we have been very competitive all through the season, and that's even with like the previous manager and Redders as well. Like it's only been like the odd results that have like gone 1-0 here, 2-1 there, which is fantastic for the girls. Not great, obviously losing them, but shows that they were competitive. In terms of obviously for us on Sunday, we just want to go and win. We're on the back of a 3-game winning streak. Obviously done that first time we've done that this season. We want to make it 4. Like it's one of those sort of scenarios now where we sort of wish this was the start of the season and we had more time to continue. But obviously it's the end of the season. It provides a great building block for next year.
Say that, yeah. Obviously last time out it was your first home victory. It made it 3 wins in a row. Do you think maybe that confidence can go into next season, just getting players used to winning games?
It has to. Like, there's no excuses. What the girls have shown, in particular the last 6-7 weeks, is the fact that they are a very, very competitive team, and that even though they have been part-time, with the majority of this league now going full-time or hybrid full-time, they've shown that they've overcome that obstacle over the last 6 weeks and possibly dispelled the myth of part-time teams can't compete, because they've done that consistently. They've picked up the results. They've got to take that confidence into next season. And what's good for the end of the season is that there'll be no excuses going into next season, because they've seen what they've done towards the end of the season, when, in all honesty, I think a lot of people didn't give us a lot of hope a few weeks ago. So that's something that they will obviously hold dear to themselves and they'll push forward with into next year.
Do you think as well getting the team scoring goals has been a big factor, because it was another 4 scored again at the weekend? Like really, goals are flowing now, aren't they?
I think that when my first game here against Crystal Palace, we had so many chances and we should have put them to bed in the first half. And then I look back again, like the Sunderland game, the reverse leg of their ground, again significant amount of chances, and the game should have been out of sight. And we were showing that we could get into those positions to score goals. We're much more of a front-footed team now, and we want to be dominant in the attacking third rather than holding teams at bay. I think all that's happened now is it was always going to click at some point, and it's like I say, it clicked obviously great against Coventry last week, and now against Sunderland, and we hope that momentum will carry on against Southampton on Sunday.
And how have you found it, like motivating the players now that safety is secured? obviously you could think, the game's technically there's nothing to play for, but 7th is still a possibility, depending on other results as well. Is that what you're looking at, or is it, asking these players to, prove to you what they're worth? How do you motivate them?
Literally just what you said, 7th. Funny enough, we had a chat yesterday in our team meeting, and I went to the girls like 10 weeks ago. If I said to you that you were going to be 7th, you could on the final of the season get 7th, what would you be saying to me? And all the girls are saying like, "Oh, we'll be buzzing." Like where we are now, we couldn't see it, but it'd be a fantastic opportunity or a fantastic moment. And I've said that's where we are now, girls. We can get 7th now. Obviously, if we win, we will finish a minimum of 8th. That's a guarantee because Lewes and Durham are playing each other. But if results go our way, that 7th place will be ours with a victory, and we'll be really proud of that. And I'll be honest with you, I've never sort of been so excited to potentially finish 7th in my whole career. But I think it's something that we should be proud of based on the journey we've had this season as a club.
And then what do you expect from Southampton? Obviously, they've had a sort of mixed season themselves, going to St Mary's on Sunday. What do you expect?
So, firstly, I think they've done a fantastic job this season, transitioning from an amateur team in the Northern Prem last year straight into a full-time team for the Championship this season. That's been a fantastic transition. The fact that they were so competitive, and I believe they were 3rd for quite a long proportion of the season. So they've been playing some good football, and obviously they're coached very well. We know that they're going to be a very organised outfit. We know they're a physical and fit outfit as well. But they actually play football too, which is something we're looking forward to battling against the teams that do play football, so we can show what we can do. I expect a tough game, obviously in their back garden, and they're going to want to obviously sign off with a win as well. But equally so are we, and we're not going to go in and just make the numbers for the last game of the season. We're going to go in there and put up a fight, play some good football, try and score some goals and pick up 3 points.
And then just finally, it's going to be a long break after Sunday until pre-season begins again in the summer. What will you be working on? After that final whistle goes, what's your plans?
So, I mean, it's my stag do a week later first, so I'll probably get my stag do out of the way.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And look to enjoy that. But obviously, naturally, we'll be talking to the players, sort of discussing what the plans are for them first, looking at the recruitment side, planning for pre-season, and then looking to hit the league by storm next year.
Looking forward to having a lot of time. Obviously, you're here on a full-time basis. Must be really good for the club to be able to lay those foundations nice and early.
Massively, and again, like we said earlier, it's a tight-knit club, and I've been so fortunate to benefit from good practice and knowledge from other staff members here who've had far more experience in the game than myself at this moment in time, and they've been giving me little ideas, little tips on what to do for pre-season already. Being full-time just allows me to sit down and focus and to really plan. And it not being sort of something that's ad hoc or haphazard, it's something that's actually structured and leading to what we want to do so we can be ready for the first game of the season.